What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Apocalypse Movies. Jake and Brian here, and we're here to do a non-spoiler review of Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald, the brand new Harry Potter movie from...
You have to say it like Grindelwald. Like
I can't say that like that. No, not happening. David Yates directed it, who did the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, as well as the last 4 Harry Potter movies, written by J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter books, which only makes sense in the world. And so... yeah, we're going to do a little non-spoiler discussion before our full spoiler breakdown later this weekend, which will probably be up on like Monday or Tuesday of next week after everyone's kind of getting a chance to see it. But for this, we're just kind of groom right over our thoughts, initial reactions, what we thought walking out of the theater, maybe a few things that we liked and didn't like without ruining anything. And so with that said, we were both very much looking forward to this movie. Brian is much more of a Harry Potter person than I am, but that doesn't mean that I'm not. I love Harry Potter. I'm just on a diehard. I had never read the books, and so I don't have that connection a la Brian or other people do. I still look forward to the movies because they look like a lot of fun. I like the magical aspect of it. But I gotta say, not one of my favorite Harry Potter movies. I will admit that right off the bat. It was a little slow for me. It's because I think I was expecting something more, not just from the trailers or whatnot, but the film is called The Crimes of Grindelwald, and I never really felt like there was the crimes of Grindelwald in the movie. That's just my opinion.
That's true.
I will say this, that the last 20 to 30 minutes of this movie completely saved it. It's an awesome 20 to 30 minutes, and it's also an awesome opening sequence as well. So the movie started great and finished great. Just everything in between was a kind of a slow burn for me, but that's not to say someone didn't like it, because I'm guessing this guy probably did like it.
I loved it. Okay, let me break down. I went into this just kind of like don't have high expectations, because like you're gonna get disappointed if you set it like high. And luckily, I kind of felt like they kind of almost backed away from like advertising it, like throwing it in your face and showing you everything that they could possibly do. And I think that saved it for me, because there were a lot of times though that I was like, oh, that's from the trailer. Oh, I remember seeing that.
Yeah, that's fair.
But there were a lot of things where I was like, oh, I'm glad they didn't even touch that. Or like, oh, I didn't see that coming. I didn't even think that was going to be a part of the story. So for me, I liked the twists that we got in the movie. There were a handful of them.
Well, there's one in particular that blows this whole universe wide open, as far as Fantastic Beasts go, and it could mean some serious things down the road for this franchise. We obviously knew that these movies were going to go on. They announced 5 movies right off the bat. David Yates, not sure if he's going to direct them all, but J.K. Rowling is going to be writing them all.
I hope he does.
And so we know what's going to happen down the road, because this is basically, yes, the first one was following Newt Scamander, Eddie Redmayne, who I think does a great job with this character.
He does.
I know a lot of people don't like the way he portrays him, but that's
I liked
who
him better
Newt
in
is.
this one than the other one.
I would have to go back and watch the first one, because I haven't seen it in a while.
In the first one, he was, for me, he was too, like, how he always kind of is. Like, it was too much. This one, it was more, like...
Dialed back
and subtle, but,
that's
like,
fair.
Still the essence of how he acts like
that's
that.
Fair.
So that's what I personally enjoyed more about him in this one.
Yeah, and as far as other characters go, they're all used pretty well.
Very well.
One of the things that I didn't like about it is that there were so many different storylines. There were a good handful of them in the larger story. I think it just kind of got muddled together in moments, which kind of dragged me out of it. But going back real quick to the overall story, we kind of knew what this movie was going to do. It's setting up what the future is, because Newt Scamander, he was in the first one. He was the lead in the first one. Then Dumbledore stumbled upon, and it became this whole Dumbledore versus Grindelwald storyline. We knew that the following 4, possibly 3 movies were going to be all about them. Mm-hmm. And it's very much a setup movie, which is never really a bad thing in that case.
No, it wasn't, because the things they showed us about where they could possibly be going
Well, for Harry Potter people, their minds are like...
Yeah, it's pretty big. I will say this. One thing I did enjoy is that they still made sure they kept the Fantastic Beasts.
They were all over the place. They were all over the place.
They were not forgotten. It wasn't the Crimes of Grindelwald Fantastic Beasts. Mm-hmm. It was still Fantastic Beasts, the Crimes of Grindelwald. And I really enjoyed the creatures that were in it. I liked that you weren't bombarded. Like, let's try to get as many as we could.
Well, there were a lot less in this one than there were the first one.
But the quality of them were good. Like the
Niffler?
Well, yeah.
The Nifflers are always great.
They're amazing.
The Tiger Dragon.
That's what I was going to go.
Yeah.
I loved that Tiger Dragon. I have no idea what its name was. I will not
It's
know.
a giant cat who goes for anything fluffy, which is exactly what every cat in the world will do. So.
But I liked how they did that. I liked the underwater, like the seaweed
which
monster.
we didn't see a lot of.
Yeah, but I mean, where they didn't go anywhere that was
underwater. But again, like I mentioned earlier, it's a setup movie.
Yeah.
And so we don't know where this is all going to go.
I have a feeling these animals are going to play a big thing.
I mean, the franchise, it's called Fantastic Beasts. It's got to.
Yeah.
It has to at some point.
And I think they made it clear that they're going to still keep the Fantastic Beasts, the element in it.
Well, there's something that happens specifically at the end of the movie that clearly says, yes, we're keeping these Fantastic Beasts. Well, there's two things. One on the good side, one on the bad side. But we also got an official answer as to why this franchise is called Fantastic Beasts. And so, all in all, I do think that everyone should go see this movie, whether you're a Harry Potter fan or not. You're going to enjoy aspects of this. You may not like some aspects, but it really, like I said earlier, it blows the door wide open for this franchise. Like, there's so many things that are going to be possible over the next 5 or 6 years as these final 3 movies. With Jude Law as Dumbledore, Eddie Redmayne as Newt Scamander. He wasn't in it a lot, which I really, really appreciated because they didn't want to, oversaturate him. And real quick, because Grindelwald is in the title, I did like Johnny Depp.
He was good.
He was not as animated and as crazy as he usually is.
He was subdued.
Exactly. And so I really do appreciate that because it kind of got back to his acting.
He let his presence be the intimidation.
I can't wait to see, and you can consider this a spoiler if you want to, but I can't wait to see Jude Law and Johnny Depp on screen together. Those two on screen together as those characters is going to be pretty awesome.
And they showed their connection. They showed the
history
connection that they
them.
have had. I don't want to say anything else other than that, but you understand why certain things are going on.
Very much so.
And this movie made things very clear about certain things that you might have been like, wait, what? In the first one.
Well, and the first one was so distant from Harry Potter. This one clearly is trying to connect back to that world, which is rightfully so because all these characters are involved in that. And so if you like the Harry Potter movies but were kind of confused as far as what they were going for in the first one, you're going to like this movie a lot more than you did the first one.
And it was awesome, the returning to Hogwarts, getting to do a little quick...
Hogwarts is going to be back a lot in the next 3 movies.
I think so, too.
It's going to be back
you even get the music every time you see the castle. It's going to be back a lot in the
next 3 movies. So,
it's going to be good.
That is our small but fruitful non-spoiler review of Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald, the new Harry Potter movie that is now officially out in theaters. And like I said earlier, check out our full spoiler discussion either later this weekend or up on Monday or Tuesday. Keith and Jacob will also be joining us on that, and we're going to have a full table to discuss this movie because it definitely needs that. So head to apocalypsemovies.com, this YouTube channel, leave some comments, or leave some thoughts in the comments, if you have seen the movie. What did you think of it? Yeah, definitely keep the spoilers out of there until our discussion. What did you think of it? Did you like it? Which one did you like more, the first or second one? Or do you just not care about the franchise at all? So leave some thoughts down there, and we will get back to you.
Why are you watching this?
Yeah, exactly. So we'll get back to you as soon as we can. For Brian, for myself, thank you for joining us on our review today, and until next time, see you later.